back, and today we have Thanos and Lady Death by XM Studios. Finally got this piece in. I've been waiting 1 year since December 1st, 2019, and today we have alias Raven joining us. Isn't that your name, Raven?
Why is it Raven? Just call me Wifey.
Okay, Wifey. Her husband's an avid collector. I mean, avid collector, the coolest guy, and she couldn't miss this.
Why are you talking in the third person?
Okay, I forced her to be here today, but you really did want to see this piece, right?
Yeah, you've been talking about it forever, and it's finally here, so why not see it? I have to be part of the building.
Okay. Jeez, this is going to be tougher than expected. So, why is this statue so special? Do you know why?
Not really. It's just expensive.
Well, in my opinion, I think this statue represents, it depicts the Thanos Lady Death relationship in a really stunning manner. So, originally designed by the Kucharik brothers, and I think XM did a really good job on making this piece a reality. Yeah.
Cool.
So it's really exciting to see all the updates. So for 1 year, man, they really did it. I think most people would agree that this is the statue of the year. I know XM, the Hulkbuster last year, this was, I would say, in my opinion, the statue of the year. And I think this is probably going to be the one for this year.
Wait, so statue of the year from XM or statue of the year?
I think
period?
just overall, like statues, all the releases in general. I mean, there was a lot of really cool statues, but I'm going to say the Hulkbuster was like the ultimate.
Did they vote on it?
No, there's no voting. It's just
there's no like awards. There's no like awards.
No, there should be an award. I think there should be an award.
Like the Emmys?
Okay,
we'll do Thanos first.
Okay, let's do Thanos first, and then we'll do Lady Death and do a side-by-side. Let's go ahead and start with the art. This is the original art by the Kucharik brothers, and as you can see, it's very close to the design of the statue. Okay, let's go ahead and look at some measurements. So it's a whopping 32 inches high, 22.5 inches wide, and 29 inches deep. So it is a monstrous piece. And if you're looking at Thanos alone, he's 23.5 inches high, 18 inches wide, 21 inches deep. And Lady Death is 32 inches high, 21 inches wide, and 13.5 inches deep. So they are both very large pieces, so you're going to need some real estate for this. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. Just to save time, I have unwrapped everything. And check that out. Really cool. Got our hand with power effects. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of these. All right, let's start with a gauntlet. Let's do the best first. There is our gauntlet. Really cool. I like the colors on that. And the batteries going here. It's actually 2 Phillips, and you turn this on and off. It comes with this remote. Please tell me the batteries are working. There we are. Really cool, and that is always on. Let's take a look at the collar. Oh, look at this collar, wow. A lot of lines, a lot of cuts in this, a lot of separation. This is a different type of collar that I've seen for Thanos. This is an exclusive skull. Check out the teeth there. A lot of texture and detail on that, on the skin. My wife calls this Thanos taking a dump. She kind of ruined it for me. The classic Thanos look. So I think this is the best one. I mean, a lot of people were upset they wanted the other two on the standalones, but this one is the best, I think. That's his classic grimace. Here is our other Thanos box. really cool. You got a massive base here. This looks like a asteroid rock or some sort. You got some stone in there, some carved stone mixed with asteroid or meteorite rock. Kind of with a orange hue. Here's another arm. A lot of detail. I like the surfaces. I think these guys are the Chitauri, if I remember. This is part of Thanos' army. I'm not sure. Now, let's take a look at the actual body of the statue. Really heavy. Oh, wow. That is awesome. That is awesome. Look at the belt in the midriff area. All separated. Got this little case here. Thanos Lady Death. That is awesome. This is probably exclusive to the sets, so it's cool to have this. Alright, this is our first Lady Death box. This is our small box. Alright, yeah, we got some of our billowing smoke. I like the purple tint there. So there's our exclusive skeletal arm. Let's take a look at this other one. Man, I really like the texture on the material there. This is the skeletal portrait. A lot of weathered edges. A lot of detail on the skull. Check that. The standard portrait. This is a human-like portrait. I'd say this one's the best portrait. So if I'm going to display it, it's going to be with this one. Here's her human arm. All right, here is our last box here. Check that out. Check that out. Check out this cape, man. A lot of holes. Weathered edges. A lot of texture on the entire cape. A little bit of a purple hue there. And what's cool, they put the cape and the robe in multiple pieces. Let's check out the last piece of the cape. Wow, look at that, man. They really weathered and tattered the end of the cape there. I think this is what makes this statue so special. Here's her body. And then I like how they did this. They got the purple and the black, and that actually goes into the billowing smoke that we looked at just a minute ago. 45. I am ecstatic that I got in the top 100 on these. A lot of detail on this. Okay, we've opened every box there. I mean, we didn't go through these little pieces of skull there, but we could look at them later. Let's go ahead and put this thing together. Let's go ahead and start with Thanos. All right, we got Thanos all put together. Pretty awesome. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I like his suit. And I like all these extra characters. There's a lot of things happening on the base.
Yeah, I still gotta find out what the character down here is. Yeah. I don't know if that's part of his army or it could be it's probably in some kind of storyline. I'm kind of curious on what that is. But he's really cool. I really like how they have the power effects.
So I thought these things went together. They're separate pieces.
Oh, you could buy them separate, display them separate, but this is supposed to be a set. And she actually goes behind here. I don't know if she fits in there. We could try to put it together here in a little bit. All right, we got everything put together. Really awesome. This thing is bigger than I thought, but we were able to fit it on our one pedestal. It says it's rated for 180 pounds, so hopefully we won't have any problems with that. So what do you think?
It's pretty cool. Lots to look at. What I did like about this piece compared to other ones was that the parts are big, so you don't really have to have an instruction manual, because that's what we were looking for earlier. But you really don't need it. The only thing that was really difficult was the spine, the ribs. But other than that, it was really easy to put together.
Yeah, I think it was a lot easier before you even start putting this together to put on the ribs on the base, because once you get all the pieces on there, it's the statues kind of get in the way of that. It's really cool, really big. I really like Lady Death. What do you think about Lady Death?
I like her cape. It's very intricate.
Yeah, very intricate. They could have made it a lot simpler, but they actually put a lot of separations. And what I mean, like the whole cape, you see how it's 3 pieces?
Yeah.
So they had this piece, this piece. A lot of the times they just make it one giant piece.
But when you do just one giant piece, just imagine like trying to ship it. I guess you could have, but smaller pieces put together, I think, is less liability in terms of like it breaking.
Yeah, but it also makes more lines. You could see the cuts in the cape.
Yeah.
So all the jagged edges actually match up.
Yeah.
And I like how they roughened all the edges up and put all the holes in there. Mm-hmm. And I think she really makes this piece like great.
Mm-hmm. Without her, it's just another Thanos.
Yeah. But I don't know why they called her Lady Death. I think it's more of a Mistress Death. You know, like in the Infinity Gauntlet. Really awesome. Anyway, if you look at Thanos, he's not the classic Thanos. So that was one of the big gripes of this piece before it got released, that it wasn't the classic Thanos. Thanos in the comics, he's like flat blue, flat yellow on his armor. Doesn't really have like metallic looking armor or the gauntlet. But in this one, it's definitely high-tech looking. It's not the classic Thanos that we see. But, you know, XM already did the classic Thanos. I mean, it kind of be pointless to do another one, you know? But, you know, I think as time goes on, they really have to complicate these statues. I think this statue actually represents the new standard of statues. Mm-hmm. You know, they, as you can see on all the way from the base to the statue, they didn't skimp out on any portion of this. A big gripe before the release was that it was, you don't hear this too often, but there was a complaint that this was overly detailed. It was too detailed. It was too gaudy. I don't know if I agree with that.
No, I kind of see what you mean, though.
Yeah, I see what they're talking about. Like on the armors, you could see all the lines. Everything looks just so high-tech, futuristic looking. And I think a lot of the Thanos fans, they didn't like that.
And I can see how he doesn't really match with Lady Death. But you gotta also remember that Lady Death and Thanos, they're two different beings. Lady Death is more like a ghost type of figure, right?
Yeah, she's like the idea behind who Thanos is. I mean, he was willing to destroy half the universe just to gain her acceptance or her love, because Thanos couldn't love anyone else, so he pretty much did anything she said. So, you know, he turned into just a big murderous villain. And actually in the Thanos Rising, he's the only one that could actually see and communicate with Death. It's kind of confusing, but so I mean, pretty much that was the last gripe. Like you were saying, people think that it didn't match up. They said, like, Lady Death was just elegant. She's floating. She is just beautiful, while you have a high-tech Thanos with just trampling, anger, malicious, and it didn't really match up. The statues didn't match.
But maybe, Lady Death is like the yin, and then Thanos is a yang.
Oh yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Really cool. I'm really impressed with this. I think this is definitely a grail. Many say that this is the grail, the statue of the year for 2020. I mean, last year, the Hulkbuster, by XM. It's all opinions by opinion, but I think that one was definitely the statue of the year, and I think XM actually, did it again. And I think this is definitely a contender, if not the statue of the year.
Yeah, I really like that you can put these together or separately.
Yeah,
that to me is pretty
that is
neat.
cool. I mean, that was another concern I had, is just because it was so deep. I mean, how are you going to put this
together?
on a display? I mean, who has a table that's that deep? I mean, where you're looking at, geez, what is that, about 30 inches? Most tables are 24, 26 inches. You can't even put this into like a case, like a DTOF. Mm-hmm. But when it's wide big, it's not that big. It just takes a lot of table space. But if it's wide big and not too deep, it's manageable. Okay, so just looking at some switch outs. I think before we end this, I'm going to go ahead and put up Thanos' other sculpt on. This is the classic, which comes with the statue, the standalone, and then you have the helmetless, and this is one of the exclusive portraits.
After 5 o'clock, take off your helmet and your socks.
And then take a big old dump.
What? It's more like pop open a beer.
Okay. Oh, you want to hand me the skeletal? So this is the exclusive parts. I mean, I didn't put on the Power Effects arm on Thanos for his left hand, just because, I think the gauntlet, is appropriate to display with this. But that was another upsetting people. A lot of people wanted the exclusive portraits for Death and Thanos for the standalones. For the standalones, you only got the one human portrait and parts for Lady Death. And for Thanos, you just got the smirking.
The classic?
Yeah, that's basically his classic look. And I think this is probably the best sculpt anyway.
I thought you liked the fighting one.
Yeah, I think I like this one. I mean, now that I see it, I really like that one. Gives a little character there. So, standalones, actually, I mean, I think with the standalones, what comes with it are the best sculpts. But edition size was the Death singles, 150, so it's not that much. 150 of these for, you could buy her standalone, 150 only.
Oh, okay, but 1,000 of these
sets
have been made?
Yeah, 999 sets. Then you could have purchased Death standalone, which was 150, and then Thanos was 350. I mean, that was in the very beginning. There was a concern that they were going to make 1,000 sets, 1,000 standalones of each. So in total, there would have been
2,000 each.
Yeah, 2,000 sets. So as much money as you're paying for these, I mean, if they would have done that, I mean, I think the edition size would be a little too high for the price of this. And also, you have to consider the shipping on this. 2 giant boxes. Shipping on this was $500 for economy. If you wanted the expedited, it was $1,000. And that's the highest shipping cost I have ever seen. So although I only live an hour and a half away from the actual distributor, it was still 500 bucks. Okay, so I guess that's going to conclude our video. Really nothing else to say about this. I'm really excited to put this on my display, on my Marvel display. And just give me, what do you think? XM Thanos or Sideshow Thanos?
Oh, I do see what they mean by the blue.
What do you mean?
Yellow.
Yeah, but this is still a modern Thanos.
Yeah, that's
I mean, I'll show you a picture later of classic Thanos. You'll see what I'm talking about. But geez, this is really cool looking.
Which one?
All of them, the whole setup. And then you got Lady Death in the background, just like these are my these are my bitches. These are my bitches. Next time we're going to be having a really cool statue. I haven't got it yet, but it's going to be very soon. It's going to be a Silver Surfer. It's going to be a custom quarter scale. Probably one of the coolest Silver Surfers that I've seen on the market yet. So join me for that, and we'll see you next time.